Welcome back to another episode of the Fabienne Show. Before I dive into our topic today, I just want to remind you how much I appreciate you for tuning in, for being here with all your heart, for accepting me into your ears, into your life, into your heart. Today's topic is something that is super close to my heart. I almost wrote a book maybe 10, 15 years ago about the permission to succeed. This permission piece keeps coming up all over my life just for dozens of years, where I can't tell you how many women have come up to the mic at my 3-day events and said, Fabienne, I think I just need you to give me permission to do XYZ. Or they'll say to me on a Q&A call, even 7-figure clients who work with me will say, Fabienne, could you just give me permission to do the thing I want? Or having coffee with friends and having them say, I wish I could just do this thing, but I can't seem to give myself permission to. So what is this thing about giving ourselves permission to do what we want? That is what we are unpacking and unraveling today. I want you to think about something that you really, really, really want to do. Maybe it's in your personal life. Maybe it's in your business. Perhaps there is a switch that you want to make in your life, a big shift that you want to experience. So you've heard that I packed up my entire family and I moved from Stamford, Connecticut to Paris, France for 1 year. That really took a lot of soul searching and digging deep and giving myself permission, and my husband giving himself permission to do that. And then when we landed here and within 2 or 3 weeks, we knew we didn't want to leave. It was giving ourselves permission to stay in France and not go back to Connecticut. Never did. We actually never did. Perhaps it's a big move that you want to make in your business. I remember when I wanted to go from one-on-one coaching, I had a full roster of coaching clients, and no matter what I did, I had a full roster and I would just keep creeping up my rates and I would still stay full. Thank you for that, universe, divine source energy. I wanted to give myself permission to go from one-to-one to one-to-many and to start doing masterminds and programs and events and memberships, and just to be able to take my impact to so many more people than the 30, 35 people that I could work with each week, each month. I wanted to give myself permission to do so many things in my life and perhaps not feeling I could do it. Maybe there's something in your life that is keeping you stuck or unfulfilled, and you want to do that thing, but you're scared. You're scared to rock the boat. You're scared about all of the societal expectations, business expectations, all the responsibilities that may come from that decision of doing the thing that you dream of doing. Maybe there's self-imposed limitations, a belief system inside that says, I can't have this, I can't do that. But all of this leads to this sense of dissatisfaction and restlessness because there's a part of you that wants something and you want it really, really badly. You know what that is. I don't know what that is for you yet. There's another part of you that says, I can't have it. I'll rock the boat. What will they think of me? I will be judged. I might be a failure. What if it doesn't work out if I pursue what I truly want? So you don't go for it and you don't give yourself permission to do that thing, to follow your dreams, to take the bold steps. Going back to these 3-day events and these Zoom calls that I have with the clients, even the Provence retreats that I lead with women who come to the south of France for a week with me in crafting their delicious life, a huge part of what we're going to do is giving them permission. What I used to say to these women in these events is, You're asking me for permission to do the thing that you really want to do? Really? You don't need my permission. Oh, Fabienne, I just need your permission. You don't need my permission. Give yourself permission. I know how scary that can be. I've often wondered, why do women need permission? I have never had a man say to me, I want you to give me permission to do something. I don't see guys asking each other, dude, can you give me permission to do this thing? I really thought a lot about it. And I've been secretly studying the creation of patriarchy in all my free time. If you don't want to get depressed, don't start researching the creation of patriarchy. But it's fascinating how, for thousands of years, women have not owned themselves or their decisions. Whew, that's heavy to say, because I can still see the remnants of that, where even when us women shopping and we turn to our friend and we say, do you think these pants look good on me? Is this cute or am I crazy? Do you think I should buy this? And yet, while it's fun when we're out shopping with our girlfriends, there is this idea that maybe we've been raised, reared, culturalized. Is that even a word? Culturalized to not trust our own instincts. That is hard to think about too. For thousands of years, we belonged to people. Either we belonged to our father or the head of the tribe or our husbands. Husbands, only one husband, made decisions for us. We belonged to men who made decisions for us. Listen, I'm going to say it again 1,000,000 times. I love the masculine. I love men as a whole. If you know what I mean, that could sound strange, but I don't want them making decisions for me. I want to make my own decisions. I want to go after what I want to do without apology. But there's this thing that I too have been culturalized, if we're going to use that word, whether it's proper word or made up word. I too find myself sometimes being blocked and needing maybe someone to give me permission to do that thing. Then I catch myself, Fabienne, you are smart. You can make your own decisions without checking in with people. So I see all these obstacles to women going after what they really want. I was having coffee with someone recently, and she was telling me about something she wants to do. This is an accomplished woman that I have so much respect for. She was waiting to give herself permission to do something. Actually, not just one thing, 3 things. I kept saying, you got to make a bold move. I'm going to wait. All of the reasons why she would wait, of course, they make sense. They're realistic. But when it comes to passion, when it comes to meaning like the things you're passionate about, when it comes to the things you know you really want to do, why are we waiting? For what? For approval? For someone to tell us it's okay to go after what we want? For the right time? Listen, there's never a right time. I've learned that. I remember 1,000,000 years ago, it seems, I had a friend. I guess if I saw her, we'd be friends. But it's been a long time since I've seen her. And I remember we were both thinking about having another baby. So obviously this was like 15 years ago because my youngest is 15. She said, I think I'm going to wait until I get my business under control. And I'm thinking, there might never be a time when you get your business under control. And I was like, I know, but I think I'm going to go for it. If the divine blesses us with another child, then we'll make it work. I had another baby. I think my friend waited for her business to get under control. Never had another baby. Now, I may not know what happens behind closed doors, and maybe they chose not to have another baby, or maybe nature got in the way and prevented. I don't know that, but I never stopped thinking about, I'll wait until XYZ happens, until I can do what I really want. So I guess that with all of the excuses, all of the I'll wait, all of the fear of being judged or fear of change or fear of, oh my God, what if it does happen? It's easy to settle into having a nice life or a nice business. I'll give you an example about a nice business. I've been a business coach for 25 years. I've worked with tens of thousands of women. Thank you to you who are listening, who keep pressing the refresh button to see when the next episode of the Fabienne Show is coming out. Thank you, dear clients, current and past. You are so close to me in my heart, and I have so much gratitude that you've let me into your lives and your heart and your decisions about scaling your business. I have seen people say, oh, well, no, I was talking about myself. I've wanted for a while to do stuff other than just straight business coaching. And I've been dabbling on the side. I had a Bold Heart Woman program a while back, and a Bold Heart Life program, and a Bold Heart Self program. I never gave myself permission to put it out there in a really big way. I marketed it to the people who are already in my programs. I marketed it to people who were at my events, but I never fully came out with my Bold Heart Woman program. Maybe I felt that it was something that I would be judged about because it's pretty juicy, this Bold Heart Woman program. If you've been through it, if you know, you know. I never really fully gave myself permission to put it out there. And I was also listening to a lot of my male mentors. I love the masculine. Remember, I'm not bashing anybody. Love all my mentors, but they were telling me to separate things, to silo and compartmentalize. That's why this Fabienne Show as a podcast involving personal growth and spiritual development and business and confidence and imposter syndrome. Maybe I'll even teach you how to make 10-minute meals. Like, I love talking about that. I never gave myself permission to put it all in one place until recently. It was something I wanted to do for so long. And I have to tell you, in doing this podcast and knowing that you're listening to me and perhaps nodding your head and along with me, this has given me so much validation, so much confidence to do what I really want to do. So I'm relaunching the Bold Heart Women program in the next few weeks to the world. This incredible program that changed people's lives, but only a few people's lives. I've given myself permission to put it out there, to have you become the woman you've always wanted to be. Even saying those words brings tears to my eyes because I have withheld from putting this thing that I'm super passionate about out into the world. For what? For fear of criticism? Waiting for somebody to give me permission? I'm done with that. I'm done with living a nice life, living within somebody else's guardrails. I want a fulfilled life, even if it doesn't make sense to anybody else. That's why I moved to France. That's why I bought a house in Provence. Even these Provence retreats, people say to me, that's not a very leveraged way to do business. I said, I don't care. I love it. I love the transformations. I love living in a house for 5 days with wonderful women and cooking together and going to see these medieval villages and going to these lavender places and sipping wine together. I love that. Someone might say that's not the most leveraged way to do business. I don't care. It's what I want to do. So I want to once again acknowledge how easy it is to settle for what is, for what's acceptable, for what's not really deeply fulfilling, but it matches with what the Joneses are doing, right? Keeping up with the Joneses. If there is something that you want that is unfulfilled and leaving you with this longing for something more authentic, aligned with your true values, I believe that you should give yourself permission to do it. I had tea maybe it was at the beginning of the year with these two ladies, these friends who came to my apartment, and we were talking about taking a different direction in our businesses. Me, it was about bringing this piece forward, about not just helping you get to 6 and 7 figures, which is fantastic. I love doing it. I'm going to continue doing it because I want you to make your own money and lots of it. But I told them I want to bring more spirituality in my business. I want to teach women how to increase their self-worth and have it all, whatever all means to them. I want to help people go from divine discontent to divine alignment and help them with the divine redirection and all the fears that come up and all the stuff that may get in the way. And they were sharing with me that they want to do their business their way, but they were getting in their own way. What I understand from the conversations that I'm having with our current members of Bold Heart, with women that I'm friends with and colleagues, and even people that I'm interviewing for this podcast, is a lot of us women are feeling this stirring inside, that there is this discontent, this feeling of not being fully aligned. And I believe that there is perhaps a global feeling of discontent among women. I don't know, but I'm connecting some dots, and maybe that's what's happening. Or maybe you're doing business in a way that just feels like old, like it feels like 10 years ago, and you want to be more authentic in your business, more aligned with who you really are. What I'm hoping to bring to you today is that you can give yourself permission and to reframe permission as an act of self-love, that you don't need to ask somebody, is it okay if I do this with my life? Is it okay if I do that with my business? You don't even need to ask your clients. Just ask yourself. If you are feeling some sort of discontent or misalignment, it is usually a divine signal that is urging you to step closer towards your true purpose, your true authentic self, the thing that you really want. And so giving yourself permission is not only an act of self-love, but it is the highest expression of who you can be in this world. I have said for a very long time that I'm here to help women be the fullest expression of who they really are, and that prosperity comes from that. I just taught that to our clients in the Bold Heart Business Program about how to leverage your differentiation. It is to be your most authentic self. So reframing permission as an essential act of self-love and authenticity changes the game for me, where it's not about asking other people for their opinion. It's about looking at what you really want and feeling really worthy of it. On the other hand, looking at the fear of judgment or the fear of criticism or the fear of failure or the fear of stepping out of societal roles that are expected of you, and bypassing the fear of rocking the boat and understanding that if you put your focus there, you're going to stay paralyzed on the things that you want to do, which, if we're really being honest, if we project to 10, 20, 30, 40 years, maybe longer at the end of your life, you will not remember all those people that you were afraid would judge you. You will only remember the regret that you didn't actually do the thing you wanted to do. So I just want you to embrace the discomfort that may come from making this big change to do the thing that you want to do, and understand that when you stay in self-doubt, should I do this? Should I not do that? You're just staying in the paralysis. I explained in the first episode of the Fabienne show that I was doubting myself. So I wasn't giving myself permission to do this thing and to call it the Fabienne show. So I'm not speaking from a pedestal. I'm in the trenches with you, but I'm just willing to have the conversation. I'm willing to tackle this idea of, could I just give myself permission to do the thing I want to do and not worry about rocking the boat and not worrying about what other people will think of me? I was talking to a good friend today who shared some advice with me that she got from someone else. And she said, half the people will like you and half won't. Half the people will support you and half won't. You could just be that support system for yourself and just say, you know what? You go on and you do that thing. And if it fails, at least you tried. That's the way I approach life these days is, oh boy, I got to dig deep. Oh boy, am I really going to do this? Oh gee, let's go. Let's go. So here's some steps that I'd like to give you. One, embrace the discomfort, embrace the self-doubt, embrace the fear, embrace the idea that it's going to rub people the wrong way. You know, half the people won't support you. You don't need 100% approval from everybody. I'm going to say that again. You don't need 100% approval from those around you to do the thing you want to do. I was talking to a client yesterday, and she said to me, I want to do this thing in my business. It's just so me. It's so authentic to me. And I was like, what's getting in the way? She said, my spouse doesn't want me to do it. And I said to her, whose business is this? She goes, it's my business. I said, then you go do it. It's your business. She laughed. She's like, Fabienne, you're funny. I'm like, no, it's not funny. This is your business. You do what you want. So some practical steps for you as you give yourself permission to do these things that you want to do. First, set clear intentions. Know what you want, reverse engineer it, and start making a plan. But alongside the plan, I want you to do some journaling. This is a different kind of journaling. I want you to do future self journaling. I'm starting to do that, where I am journaling as if I was myself already doing the thing, having the thing, or being the thing that I want to give myself permission to do. Journaling every day as if I'm that Fabienne, like whether it's a year or 10 years or a month ahead of time, as if it's already done. So make your plan, set your intention, reverse engineer. That's the practical piece, that more masculine energy. And from that feminine energy of creation, the intention is to see yourself already there. Talk to yourself as you're washing the dishes or whatever, as if you're already there. Pretend that you're calling a friend and saying, guess what? It happened. And be in that energy, because what we vibrate, what we are grateful for, what we imagine to be true is what we attract into our lives. I have another tool that I use with my clients all the time. If you're not sure whether you should do something or not, whether you could give yourself permission to do this thing, pick up your cell phone and pretend to call the divine. Call the divine and ask her, should I do the thing that is aligned with my heart, with my passions, with everything I want to do? Or should I keep settling and denying myself the thing that I really want? What do you think that the divine would say to you? That's your answer. So make your plan, journal as your future self, call the divine and ask what she would recommend, and then take some action. It doesn't matter how big the action step is, one little tiny step or one monumental step. Take one tiny action towards the thing that you really want. It really can be as simple as that. What's that law of physics? A ball in motion stays in motion. It's amazing what happens if you just begin it. So I believe it's time for you to reclaim your bliss, reclaim your sovereignty, whether it's the thing you want to do in your business that you haven't given yourself permission to, or perhaps in your personal life, or in your marriage, or anything really. I believe that bliss comes through aligned living, when you are in alignment with the things that matter to you. So just give yourself permission. If you do it, I'll do it. Thanks for being here today. I believe in you. I love you. I'm here for you.